Hello, my name is Dominic Barker and I'd like to read you another piece from my new book, Adam and the Arkonauts. Now in this piece we're going to meet some of the Arkonauts. The Arkonauts are animals. There's Simia the monkey, Malibu the cat, Sniffage the dog, and some other animals. And they travel on board the Ark of the Parabola, which is the name of the boat, with the Doctor and Adam. However, the relationship between the Doctor and Adam and the Arkonauts is different from any other relationship between humans and animals because the Doctor and Adam have learnt to communicate with them. And they've also discovered that animals communicate amongst themselves all the time. Together, however, they are searching for Lily, Adam's mother, who 10 years ago was kidnapped by the evil Professor Silas Scavalax, who wanted the secret of animal communication for himself. They came to Buenos Sueños believing that a letter from Lily had reached the hands of the mayor, which might give some clue to her whereabouts. However, when they finally opened the letter, it was only to discover that inside was nothing but a blank piece of paper. And so the next morning, which is where we find them in this extract, they're preparing to leave Buenos Sueños in disappointment. Chapter 7. Where have you been? Chattered Simia as Adam emerged from the hatch on the deck. The Doctor said we were to make an early start this morning, and yet you have been a lazy slugabed, not helping at all with the preparations. Adam looked at the sun. It still sat low in the east, and its weak rays sent out none of the heat they would doubtless do later in the day. It's only just light, he promised. Only just light, mocked Simia. That's humans for you, all over. Centuries of evolution, and what do they do with it? Stay in bed. Where's my dad? Asked Adam, trying to avoid yet another tirade about the weaknesses and deficiencies of humans. The Doctor needs his rest, said Simia, whose criticism of the entire human race always excluded the Doctor. He had a terrible shock yesterday with that letter. The monkey indicated the paper, which lay discarded on the table where the Doctor had thrown it in disgust on his return to the boat last night. He had locked himself in the cabin, and Adam had not heard from him since. She's my mother. I had a shock too, Adam protested. Ha! You're young. You'll get over it, said Simia. We monkeys have a saying. An old monkey drops his banana and he is hungry for the rest of the day. A young monkey drops his banana and he eats some berries instead. What does that mean? Asked Adam, puzzled. It's a saying, said Simia severely. Who knows what it means? Now hurry up and help me order the sails. We need to be gone on the morning tide. Excuse me, yowled Malibu the cat from his perch on a nearby barrel. Could you please pipe down over there? Some of us are in the middle of our winks. For your information, Cat, said Simia, there is no need for any further discussion. The boy here is going to help me with the sails. Tell him to do it quietly, said Malibu, closing his eyes. I don't know why the Doctor keeps you on board, Simia muttered. I do what any ship's cat does, Malibu replied dreamily. I keep down vermin. The Doctor collects vermin, the monkey pointed out. Oh well, what you gonna do? Said Malibu the cat, and he fell asleep again. Come on, boy, said Simia. But the talk of bananas had reminded Adam he hadn't had any breakfast yet. On the wharf there was a stall selling fruit and vegetables. He felt in his pocket. He had 5 pesos. I'm going to get some breakfast first, he said to Simia. Oh, another human excuse, Simia sighed. Survival of the fittest. Survival of the laziest, more like. And shaking her head in disapproval, the monkey scampered over to the sails. Adam headed down the gangplank to the wharf. 5 minutes later, he returned with a banana, a mango, and a glass full of orange juice. Where have you been? Demanded Simia. I could have gone to the Amazon rainforest and back to get the fruit in the time it's taken you to buy it. But Adam was not going to allow the monkey to spoil his breakfast. He placed the bananas and the juice on the table. Hey! What's with all that noise? Malibu yelled. What is it with you primates and your non-stop yakking? Don't you compare me to him, said Simia, pointing at Adam. We are totally different. We have not evolved from the same link. Different, said Malibu, fully awake now and not at all happy about it. The only difference between you, Simia, and that boy Adam is that he's got a decent haircut. Simia was outraged. She was very proud of her fur. I'll tell you what, the cat went on. I know a place on Sunset that does a mean fur trim. Next time we're on the West Coast, I'll get the doc to take you out there. I don't want to hear about your pet barber, snapped Simia. We are not talking about no pet barber here, snapped Malibu. We are talking about high-class animal coiffure. You're a disgrace, cat, whooped Simia angrily. You've betrayed your species. Just the sort of response I'd expect from a no-class species like yours, Malibu hissed. Come over here and say that. You come here, it is just as fun. Monkey and cat glared at one another. Adam decided it was time to step in. No, I think we should all just... But it was too late. In that same instant, the animals sprung, crashing into one another on top of the table and becoming a rolling, snarling, fighting ball of fur. Adam's juice was sent flying. What on earth is going on up here? The doctor climbed up on deck, looking angry. At the sound of his voice, Simia and Malibu stopped immediately. They looked at one another, and a flash of wordless understanding passed between them. Both knew the doctor's views on animal violence, and they risked a long and tedious lecture. Nothing, Doc. Duh, said Simia. Just playing, Doc, Malibu added. It sounded like a very loud nothing, said the doctor, especially when we should be preparing to sail today. Catch you later, cat, Simia muttered. Not if I see you first, girlfriend, hissed Malibu back. Look, shouted Adam suddenly. Adam pointed to the table. What is it? Asked the doctor. The letter. The letter, corrected the doctor, is simply a piece of paper. I can't believe I didn't throw it away yesterday. No, it isn't, said Adam. Come and see. There was an unusual urgency in his tone. The doctor hurried over and looked where Adam was pointing. Orange juice had spilled across the table, and wherever it touched the letter, faint shapes were appearing, some of them beginning to resemble words. Already, Adam